3i Atlas is approaching its closest point to Earth on December 19th. Within its trajectory, it will be closest to us. So guys, if that was something unusual, that would be the right time to make a move towards Earth. We know in perihelion 3i Atlas has changed mysteriously its course towards Jupiter's Hill radius. So we will have to wait and see. But of course, there could be something else. And I want to talk a little bit about the chances that something like this has happened in Earth's history and that it really had an impact on Earth. That is very, very interesting. But 3i Atlas, if it was something not like a comet, it could pose a threat to humanity because we do not have a response protocol for alien technology at all, right? We would after the first encounter if we survive it. Then, as Avi Loeb says it, there will be the political will to invest trillions of dollars in a warning system or in interceptors that take close-up photos of anomalous interstellar objects. 3i Atlas is an anomalous interstellar object, close to 15 anomalies. I have reported about this. And now in my last video, I reported about this. Since NASA took a picture of 3i Atlas, they lost signal to their device. It went silent and has never done this before in 10 years in orbit. If you want to know what that is about, it's crazy, guys. Check the video in the end screen. Really, really interesting. And NASA has announced this. This is an anomaly. We don't know where this is coming from. So the anomalies and the mysteries keep coming. We often consider the history of Earth as isolated from its galactic environment, but it is not. This may not be the first time, according to Avi Loeb, and if you just think logical, it makes sense, right? Most stars formed over 1 billion years before the sun, so an ambitious, they call it Gardner, from an earlier star system would have had plenty of time to affect the history of life on our planet, because I've made a video about what is on interstellar object 3i Atlas. There's seeds for life, but there's also seeds for death. There's cyanide on it. So it could do both if it was hostile. So if there are interstellar objects like 3i Atlas that were sent by advanced civilization to seed life on Earth, something like this could be it. And we've likely had, at least since our Earth exists, one encounter like this 3i Atlas thing before. 3i Atlas that does not only have potential alien origins, whatever it is, it's not from our solar system, but that wouldn't be the first time that extraterrestrials have visited our planet. It's, according to Avi Loeb, nearly statistically impossible that the Earth wasn't exposed to potentially advanced civilizations from beyond, some of which may have even left some intergalactic stragglers on our planet. And guys, I'm just telling you this. There's lots of theories that they might live in the ocean, that they might be amongst us. There's so many reports right now from credible people. It is all possible. Whatever we can think might be possible or is possible. So Avi Loeb has said, Harvard professor Avi Loeb has said in an interview, we may have a family of technological civilization like ours or intelligent civilizations that we're not aware of amongst us. These are siblings that we have, basically, and the most accomplished among them are the ones that managed to leave their home planet early and then spread out, seeded life on other planets. He says that there were plenty of opportunities for residents from other star systems, from previous stars, to visit our place. So it could have been them that has seeded various forms of life on our Earth. It depends on their agenda. He makes it clear, he says it's highly improbable that in 4.6 billion years that Earth has been in existence, that we haven't received at least one cosmic interloper. Yeah, makes sense in my opinion. meter scale, smaller rocks from interstellar space may impact the Earth roughly once per decade, and that adds up to 500 million of such collisions over the history of our Earth. And let's imagine if any one of these interstellar rocks carried resilient forms of life that survived the interstellar journey, Earth could have been exposed to extraterrestrial forms of life. And since most stars formed more than 1 billion of years ago before the sun, like interstellar object 3I Atlas has probably started its journey 1 billion years ago. And how Avi Loeb calls it, ambitious gardener from an earlier star would have had plenty of time to affect the history of life on our planet. And changing the trajectory to Jupiter. Jupiter is a great like parking lot for operations, right? To fly from there to Earth or somewhere else. The history of Earth is not isolated. That is pretty naive to believe. We're taking ourselves too important. Of course, we do not have any documentation of this cosmic incursion that might have happened in the past, right? The history of humans is only around 6,000 years old. And we have only, of that time, we've only started monitoring the sky for a teeny tiny fraction, right? And in terms of interstellar objects, it's only over the past decade or so, 2017, that we started finding them, that we have the equipment to even see them. So far we have only 3. 3I Atlas is the third. Oumuamua in 2017, and then 2I Borisov in 2019, but they were different from 3I Atlas. 3I Atlas is much larger, much brighter, and has all these anomalies. NASA says it's just a normal comet, nothing to see here. Other scientists like Harvard professor Avi Loeb says there's so many anomalies, you can't just say that. He listed all them, I've reported about all of them, and NASA doesn't comment on these anomalies. So until we do not definitively know what it is, we cannot rule out that it might have artificial origins. Who could be 3I Atlas's interplanetary predecessors? They could be accomplished siblings of our family of intelligent civilizations that have been probably documenting our solar system for billions of years. We, according to Avi Loeb, he says, quote, we may have a family of technological civilizations like ours or intelligent civilizations that we are not aware of. These are siblings that we have, and the most accomplished among them are the ones that managed to leave their home planet with a birth planet that hosted them early and spread out. That's what we're trying, right? We're trying to get to Mars, for example. So that's why he's saying it's only in humanity's best interest to follow suit and go interplanetary to discover what interstellar beings share the cosmos. They definitely are there. And he's warning, he says, by not doing so, that might doom us to self-destruction, like with other celestial civilizations. And I think we're quite far progressed right now to self-destruction, mentally and with our warmongering. Every day I wake up and I think that mankind has lost its mind when I read what's in the newspapers, or even when I read posts on social media. I'm really thinking people have lost their minds. Interesting quote from Avi Loeb. He quotes Salvador Dali, beautiful artist. Intelligence without ambition is a bird without wings. And that's really true. And he also says this certainly applies to intelligent civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. And he says, and guys, let's think about this. This is not weird. He says many of them might have engaged in geopolitical conflicts on their rocky planet and perished by now. Could really be true. Maybe we're next. That's why scientists are warning. He warns, he says, if our government does not reallocate some money on space exploration, increase space exploration, towards expeditions into the beyond, if we continue along the current path, we will not be remembered. And one way to change the priorities that we have is to realize that someone else did it already, went interplanetary. If we get a visitor, it will inspire us to perhaps imitate it if we're still here left to do so, if that's a friendly visitor, right? So hopefully we will know more on December 19th. And the good thing is, even if NASA doesn't release any images, or they're grainy or they're weird, the moon does us a favor that we won't have moonlight. The moon will not shine and disturb anything that we're trying to do to view 3I Atlas. So that is good, and we have a lot of hobby astronomers that will create thousands of pictures. So we're not only depending on one entity, NASA, to wait for them to show us something. So interesting will be the speed of the jets, the speed of the gas coming off of the comet. Is that natural or is it not natural? So this is our chance to learn more about 3I Atlas and maybe solve the mystery or add to the mystery. I kind of have a feeling we might add a few mysteries, but we will wait and see, guys. It's soon. And until then, everything you need to know about 3I Atlas is here. Click the end screen, check my playlist, and if you're interested in everything that Earth does, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, subscribe to my channel. Like and hype this video. Click here. I see you in a second. Thank you so much.